They keep reminding you of who you used to be, don't they? Like your worst mistakes are the only thing worth remembering. But what if I told you that the most important part of your story hasn't even happened yet? Let's be honest. We've all done things we're not proud of. We've all been through things we never thought we'd survive. Abuse, betrayal, failure, addiction, divorce, rejection, shame. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe a dangerous lie, that because something happened to us, or because we did something wrong, we are now disqualified from a better future. It's like dragging around a bag of bricks labeled, "I'm not enough. I'll never recover. People like me don't succeed. It's too late." And every time you try to step forward, that weight pulls you back. But here's the truth. You are not your pain. You are not your past. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not own you. It is not your prison. It's your platform. There is one moment that separates people who rise from those who remain stuck. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not money. It's decision. The decision to say, "I will no longer be the victim of my history. I will be the author of my destiny." That moment, that internal shift, changes everything. Think about it. Every comeback story you've ever heard started with someone who said, "I will not let this be the end of me." They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for conditions to be perfect. They made a choice. And then they made that choice again every single day. Because rising doesn't happen in a moment. It happens in the grind. It happens when you wake up, wipe your tears, and take one more step forward. Even if your knees are shaking, you are not your mistakes. You are not your trauma. You are not your worst day. Let me say it louder for the person still punishing themselves for something they did years ago. You are allowed to outgrow who you once were. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to forgive yourself. You're allowed to start over without apologizing for it. Don't let anyone hold you hostage to a version of you that no longer exists. People will try to remind you of your past, but you remind them, "I'm not going that way anymore." And if they can't accept your growth, that's not your burden to carry. Because this journey, it's yours. Your pain has a purpose. Read that again. You didn't survive all of that just to survive. You're here to transform. That heartbreak, it taught you to love deeper. That loss, it taught you to appreciate life. That failure, it gave you wisdom that success never could. That mistake, it gave you a reason to change. You were not buried, you were planted. And now, it's time to rise. Stop trying to erase your past. Start using it. Your scars are not shameful. They are your strength. Proof that you've been through the fire and came out with wisdom, with fight, with soul. You want to inspire people? Don't show them perfection. Show them resurrection. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the life you really want. Peace, purpose, freedom, confidence, joy. Now open your eyes and understand something. That life is not found in the past. It's not trapped in the regrets. It's waiting in the next step you take. But here's the catch. You can't move forward while looking backward. You have to stop rehearsing what broke you and start rehearsing who you're becoming. Start speaking life over yourself. I am worthy. I am healing. I am not who I was. I am who I choose to be. Every day, speak that truth until it becomes louder than the lies you believed for years. You don't have to look far for proof that transformation is possible. The addict who became a mentor, the high school dropout who built an empire, the heartbroken soul who now teaches others how to love again, the prisoner who now speaks in schools, changing lives. You are one decision away from becoming someone the old you wouldn't even recognize. And I don't care how dark your past is. You are still qualified, still chosen, still capable, still enough. Stop waiting for the future to find you. Go build it, brick by brick. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will fail again. Yes, people will doubt you. Yes, you'll doubt yourself. But every time you get back up, every single time, you're proving that you are bigger than your history. You are bigger than your fears, bigger than their opinions, bigger than your past. Because you have something they don't see, vision. And vision is stronger than memory. You can't carry pain and freedom at the same time. So, if you're serious about building a future, you need to do something powerful. Maybe the most powerful thing you'll ever do. Forgive. Forgive the people who hurt you. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgive yourself. Not because what you did was okay, but because you've punished yourself long enough. Forgive the moments that broke you, and start building the moments that will define you. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is release, and release is what lets you rise. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it yet, but even in this very moment, while you're doubting yourself, questioning your worth, dragging the weight of your past behind you, you are becoming. You are not stuck. You are in transition. You are not broken. You are in the process of rebuilding. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels like you're walking blindfolded through fire, but what you don't realize is this. Every painful step, every silent battle, every time you keep going when you want to quit, you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. Becoming doesn't feel like a victory parade. It feels like crying in your car after holding it together all day. It feels like showing up when no one claps for you. It feels like setting boundaries that people don't understand. It feels like losing people who were never meant to stay. Becoming means letting go of who you thought you had to be, so you can embrace who you really are. And that's terrifying, because the old version of you, even if it was unhealthy, was familiar. The people who knew that version of you, they were comfortable with it. But you're not settling anymore. You're not shrinking to fit into someone else's mold. You're done pretending. You're done performing. You're done apologizing for growing. Let that scare you. Let that stretch you. Let that refine you. Because no transformation happens in comfort. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. It might feel like you're losing control, like you're unraveling. But what if the truth is, you're not falling apart? You're falling into place. Everything that's leaving your life, the relationships, the habits, the beliefs, the toxic patterns, is making room for something greater. And the tension you feel right now, that's not failure. That's the stretching of your soul. That's growth in real time. It's not supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to feel sacred. Because the version of you that's being born right now, that version has fire in their spirit. That version knows peace doesn't come from perfection. It comes from alignment. That version knows that worth was never something you had to earn. It was always yours. You don't need to have it all figured out to be making progress. You don't need a 5-year plan to prove you're moving forward. You don't need applause or approval or clarity every second of the journey. You just need courage. The courage to show up. The courage to stay in the fight. The courage to believe, against every past disappointment, that something beautiful is still possible for you. And listen closely. You are allowed to be a work in progress and still be proud of yourself. You are allowed to rest and still be growing. You are allowed to move slowly and still be moving forward. This season of becoming may not be glamorous. It may not be public. But one day, people will look at you and say, "How did they become so strong?" And you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because you know exactly what it cost. You paid for your peace with tears. You paid for your healing with courage. You paid for your growth with sacrifice. But you made it. And every step of becoming was worth it. Let's say it one final time. Your past is a lesson, not a sentence. It's the soil from which your future grows, not the cage that traps you. You get to choose what meaning you give your pain. You get to decide what comes next. You get to write the next chapter. And guess what? That chapter starts today. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, "I am not my past. I am my potential. I am not my failures. I am my fight. I am not broken. I am rebuilding." Because this is your time. Time to stop surviving and start living. Time to stop blaming and start building. Time to stop looking back and start rising up. This is the moment you stop letting the past define you, and you start defining yourself. So stand tall, breathe deep, and step forward. Your past, it's over, but your future, it's waiting.